The book of Ecclesiasticus, otherwise known as Sirach, in the Apocrypha, chapter 6, verse 18. My son, gather instruction from thy youth up, so shalt thou find wisdom till thine old age. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who will, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord willing, His lesson is edifying to the elect out there, wherever you might be. Shalom to 144,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp. Doing a quick lesson before we head out, to camp today. And it's going to be in regards to wisdom, man. And this is the thing that we need in these days that we're in. Wisdom. All right? Knowing how to maneuver properly. All right? Moving in ways that's going to benefit us. It's going to lead us towards salvation. That's true wisdom. And it comes from taking heed to the scriptures, man. And it says right here, my son, gather instruction from thy youth up. All right? So you got to come into this thing looking for wisdom, man, And one thing you got to realize is that old people, all right, they're considered wise, in different ways because of their experience and whatnot. But you don't just, turn a certain age and then become wise, man. You have to have been gathering wisdom since your young age, all right? You know what I'm saying? You see old people that are wise, it's not because they're just old and they're wise. Now it's because they were gathering up information and moving in ways that were, that were wise in their youth. And that's how we got to be, all right? Seeking Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You got to be wise now and add on to your wisdom, all right? Speaking to myself first and foremost, so that when, as you mature, you can look back and be like, damn, people are going to look at you like, damn, how you get so wise, man, because you were laboring from the beginning. All right. And the Lord blesses you with wisdom. All wisdom comes from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So you really truly got to be seeking Him to gain wisdom. All right. Next verse it says, come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. Now wisdom is, a lot of times poetically referred to as a feminine spirit. You know what I'm saying? All right, like a woman. All right. And it says, come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth. It means you got to put in work. Just like with any woman in the world, you got to put in a certain amount of effort to be with that woman. When you stop putting in the effort to be with that woman, what happens? The relationship falls apart, man. And we don't want that to happen to us. All right, with wisdom. That's our woman. You see, those of us that are in this truth. Are you men out there? All right. It says, and wait for her good fruits. That means you got to wait for the fruits of wisdom, man. It's not going to come, instantly, man. That's something that you got to realize, too. When we're studying and doing different things, all right, pertaining to the spirit, all right, the benefits ain't going to come like immediately, man. All right. Due to your studying and getting knowledge and wisdom, it's going to manifest in later times, man, in your life. All right. You might be, studying on a certain topic in the scriptures, when it comes to, let me see, for an example, having faith, right? You might be studying faith in the scriptures, reading different accounts where men of the Lord had faith in troubling times. Well, you might not be in that situation right now when you're reading it, but because you've been studying and meditating on those things, when a situation arises where you got to have courage and got to have faith, that's when the fruits are going to be made manifest. Because you're going to be able to take those things that you gathered, all right, earlier and use them. That's when it benefits you. Okay? But it starts with the labor, man, reading and studying, man. It goes, for myself first and foremost. All of us. We're laboring in this ministry, serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and there's benefits to it. All right? It says, she is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. You see that? So seeking out wisdom can be unpleasant to those who don't really understand what they're involved in, man. Like, oh, I gotta read again. Oh man, that's the flesh fucking with you, man. And it happens to all of us. Sometimes you be tired. This world, weighs you down. You don't feel like reading. You don't feel like studying. but there's benefits to doing it, to pushing past that shit. All right, I can attest to that, man. Like, there's been many times where I've been tired, worn down, and I know I gotta read, and I don't feel like reading. I feel like just going to sleep. But I said, nah, let me just open the book. Let me just crack it open. Let me just start reading. I just read one chapter. Next thing you know, you're finding different spiritual nuggets that you didn't expect to find. The Lord is supping with you. You're like, oh shit, I forgot about this. Let me write this down. You know, now you're looking for precepts, and now you're gaining wisdom and knowledge. All right, but when you stop doing that, man, the Lord, He'll take that spirit of wisdom off of you, man. When you become lazy and you start reading and studying and do what you need to do, wisdom will flee you. And you don't want that to happen, man. Because it's like going back into the world, man. You're just a brute beast without wisdom. All right. It says, she will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial, and he will cast her from him ere it be long. And that's what wisdom is to a lot of people. All right. It says wisdom is too high for a fool in the scriptures. You see, because it comes with trials, man. Wisdom comes with you having to discipline yourself, man. It comes with sacrifice. Sacrificing your time and energy to obtain wisdom. All right. And a lot of people, for a lot of people, that's too hard for them, man. So they cast it off and they just go about their lives in the flesh, pleasing the flesh, being brute beasts. Okay. And brute beasts are made for the slaughter, not us. All right. We're willing to take on that stone of trial to obtain wisdom that leads to salvation. That's who the Lord is dealing with. It says in the scriptures that the Lord is only dealing with those who dwell with wisdom. Let's get that precept real quick. Here's that precept right here that I mentioned. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 28. It says, for the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. So that's why we got to obtain wisdom as much as we can. We can't be out here just moving like a bunch of dummies. All right. And we get our wisdom from the scriptures. We get our wisdom from supping with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, sacrificing your time and your energy. All right. Departing from this world to get the understanding of the scriptures, man. And not just to get the understanding, but to move in that understanding. That's who the Lord is dealing with. And it's a trial, man. It's a strenuous thing at times, but it's well worth it. All right. So continuing on. All right. We left off at Ecclesiastes 6 and 21. And it says, and he will cast her from him ere it be long. A lot of people, man, they can't handle this thing of ours, man. We get the weight of the world weighing on us. We got all type of different situations coming after us, man. But we continue to labor for wisdom. Those who are not of the elect, they're not going to continue on. They're going to cast this wisdom off when they get afflicted, when they get too uncomfortable. The elect are going to continue to hold on, man. Verse 22, it says, for wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. All right. So not too many people attain true wisdom, as we can see in this world, man. Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel. And put thy feet into her fetters, and thy neck into her chain. And that's what wisdom is like, man. She'll try you, man. It goes into discipline. Or having to refrain from different things, man. Having to pretty much torment yourself. All right. Because this flesh wants you to be, in that beast mode, just doing whatever you feel is good, and pleasing to the flesh. But wisdom is like, you gotta cut that shit off. And it don't feel good, man. All right. You get your homeboys out there partying and whatnot every damn weekend. You know what I'm saying? But you need to be studying and checking the news and whatnot. That could feel like, you're in prison sometimes, man. But it's a great benefit to it, man. All right. Those who become great in life, it's because they had discipline, man. They weren't out here just doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do. They did what they needed to do. And that's how wisdom operates, man. Okay. It says, bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. All right. That comes with, maturing this thing, man. Understanding that you got to have discipline to obtain wisdom. You can't be grieved with it, man. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. You see? And that's the point, man. We got to strive to obtain and to hold on to wisdom. All right? That's a message to myself first and foremost, man, and all you sincere Akim out there, man. It is a fight. It's a fight, man. And Satan likes to put all different distractions, in your way to get you to trip and get you to forsake wisdom. Nah, man. Nah. All right. With all that get understanding, man. As it tells you in Proverbs 4 and verse 7. Matter of fact, we'll get that real quick. All right, here we have the book of Proverbs chapter 4, and I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, get wisdom. Get understanding. Understanding what? Understanding what the will of the Lord is, man. Understanding what the prophecies are saying. Understanding what you need to do as an Israelite. All right. Get wisdom, get understanding. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, you see, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. All right. The wisdom of Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shah is what keeps us stable. It tells you in Isaiah 33 and 6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. So that's the main thing you need to be getting in this life, man. Where everybody else is chasing a bunch of bullshit. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. You see? You can drop the mic right there. That's what we're here to do in this life. We're here to get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the will of Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shah, the creator of all energy and existence. To get in alignment with his will. You can't do that without obtaining wisdom. And you get that wisdom from fearing the Lord first and foremost. It says fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All right. And then once you, are operating in that fear of the Lord, you can obtain more knowledge and more insight to what's really going on, man. All right. You see? So, yeah, I'm in this lesson right here. I got to head to camp. Hopefully this was edifying to the elect, wherever you might be out there. Hey, man. Don't hesitate to labor to get understanding, man, because it takes work, man. And that's just what it is. That's the nature of the game. And many are not willing to do that. So you're at an advantage when you have discipline and you're able to obtain wisdom by having that discipline, man. So I'm in this lesson right here. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who will, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Kwame Yasharala and a Bible Ball. Shalom.